Hi guys, it's me Jimmy again. What's up? What's going on? So today I'm gonna talk about for the SSD drive, the SATA SSD versus PCIe SSD. What the hell SSD stand for? It stands for solid state drive. This bloody SSD is faster than the regular your crappy 7200 RPM drive. Really? Before the bottleneck, around 10 years before the bottleneck was your bloody CPU. At that time, so Intel. So the bottleneck was CPU. You always try to go for the higher gigahertz from 1 gigahertz to 2 gigahertz, then dual core, then quad core. But at this point of time in history, in 2004, the CPU is super fast. Nobody cares. Just by i7 4770 properly. This summer i7 5700K is coming. It's gonna be around 20 to 30% more fast. I'm waiting for that bloody i7 5770K processor. So no more. After that, the bottleneck become RAM. RAM was really crazy expensive. Most of guys cannot afford. Around when Windows Vista release, Windows Vista have major problem. Windows Vista require recommended RAM 2 GB, but most of the RAM was coming in the laptop or on the desktop around 512 megabyte or 1 gigabyte 1 GB. So the major problem was with Windows Vista. Windows Vista was built on a new bloody kernel. It was so fast. It was so fast. It was so ruggedly built. It need a lot of resources, but you do not have enough RAM. So your bottleneck become RAM around 2007 to 2008 to 9. So after that, your bottleneck start becoming the graphic card. Really, nobody ever talk about the graphic card was a bottleneck at one time. Most properly, your motherboard has some kind of crappy built-in graphics on the CPU. Some CPU don't have it, and then at that time, when the CPU does not have any built-in graphics, after that the motherboard manufacturer come in built-in motherboard graphic, but it was only few motherboard. Really, nobody was willing to spend extra bucks. So the problem was that even the CPU built-in graphic was the dedicated CPU built-in graphic was so crappy when the YouTube start playing high definition video from 720p to 180p. The browser start crashing. So the bottleneck was graphic. But thanks to Intel and AMD Fusion, and Intel have really pushed the HD graphic from 1000 to 4000. At this point of time, Intel you really don't need any dedicated graphic card. You can just use the Intel CPU 4400 graphic, really 4400. But most of time at that time graphic card was really expensive. It cost a minimum around 40 bucks. Most of guys think they don't want to play games, they just want to surf the net and watch YouTube. Why the hell they should even spend 40 bucks on it? But at this point of time you really don't need a dedicated graphic card. And so from the CPU to RAM to graphic card, so at this point of time 2014, your CPU is not a bottleneck, your RAM is not a bottleneck, even your graphic is not a bottleneck. When 4K video will come down, it can be the bottleneck. When YouTube will be massively start implementing the 4K video, maybe you really need a dedicated graphic. You cannot use the on chip building graphic of the CPU at that time around 2015 2016. Who the hell know? At this point, even you cannot buy a good quality cheap monitor. At least you have to spend around $3,000 for a really good quality 4K monitor. So it's irrelevant to talk about that one. At this point, your bottleneck is a bloody hard drive. The hard drive is always trying to handle whenever cache. What the hell cache means? When you open a browser, that file is cache on your hard drive. So next time you open, it will immediately open. So also you have to take the cache from the hard drive. The hard drive is the spinning hard drive, the platter drive, the 7200 RPM drive. If you are still with the 5200 RPM drive, energy efficient, you are staying in the hell. I can say you are really torturing with you with 5200 RPM hard drive. To be honest, with 7200 RPM is the major standard right now. So whenever you try to open a browser or whenever you try to open a file which is cache on the hard drive will start spinning. Really, it will spin like that, and the file will go to the folder and then to the RAM. After that, it will open. So it takes some time. But when you go to solid state drive is built like it doesn't have any moving part. When I want to open the cache file, pim, pim, even within nanosecond is open really so fast. After that, there was a major battle start happening. Should you go with the PCIe hard drive or you go with the SATA hard drive? At this point of time, the maximum I think you can get the most faster hard drive is SanDisk Pro out there, SanDisk Ultra Pro. It can read and write up to 520 megabyte MB. But compared to the PCIe hard drive, PCIe can write up to 1 gigabyte, 1000 megabyte. Okay, or normal PCIe hard drive can write around 800. So it's more than 2 times faster than the SATA hard drive. The problem is that Apple products are using PCIe hard drive, but in the market you cannot buy a really good quality one from Samsung or from the SanDisk brand. You really cannot. Toshiba, you have to use some kind of Mitsubishi or some kind of TrueTech, some kind of crappy brand which probably you never heard of. You want a really good PCIe hard drive, you have to go with Intel, but it costs a lot. But in 2014, there's a new argument coming out. Should we buy the PCIe or should we go with the SATA? Would you believe that DDR3 hard drive is coming? It will be like 20 times faster than a PCIe and 60 times faster than a SATA hard drive. So I will properly say go with the SATA hard drive, go with the SanDisk one. It's very cheap right now, at least by the 480 gigabyte version, and then for 1 or 2 years just wait for the DDR3 one. Yeah, probably it will take you at least 1 slot, but I'm thinking the motherboard manufacturer will start including extra dedicated DDR3 slot for that DDR3 solid state drive. So probably when the DDR4 is around the corner, at the end of this year we will probably see the first motherboard of DDR4 sporting and the DDR4 market available in the open market. So at this point stick with SATA, because for example, if you have a laptop, definitely you have to use with the SATA. You cannot use a PCIe because your normal hard drive will have the SATA interface. But if you have some good money, then you can go to Newegg. You can just you can just filter your search by PCIe and just try to find and do your research. I did a lot of research. I couldn't find a good PCIe. I found Intel, but it cost a lot of money. It cost more than $1,000. Freaking expensive. I will say stick with the SATA. If you want a hard drive that is going to hammer your hard drive so hard, then I will say just buy a MacBook or MacBook Pro at that time. To be honest with you, you cannot really buy any hard drive with a PCIe good quality one which will support your maximum speed will be on SATA will be up to 520 megabyte. So I will say wait for the DDR3 hard drive. So I hope this answered the question. Go with the SATA hard drive. You really don't need at this time any kind of PCIe hard drive. You really need it, but there's no option. There's no any good brands. Toshiba is not putting out, SanDisk is not putting out, Samsung is not putting out. Then no choice, stick with the SATA hard drive. So I'm definitely waiting for a DDR3 solid state drive. I know it's gonna be freaking fast. According to some reports out there, DDR3 gonna read and write up to 10 gigabyte. Could you believe that? Current SATA one only can write up to half gigabyte. 10 gigabyte. Really, I'm gonna buy a DDR3 hard drive and hope the motherboard manufacturer start putting a dedicated slot for a DDR3 hard drive. So for today, this quick blog, Bayanara, and subscribe to my channel if you wanna continue listening, or if you like my blooding on the tech industry, what going on, because I'm a geek. Jimmy a geek. Bayanara.